I'm Ravindra Singh. I head marketing, sales, and strategy at AdLabs, which owns and operates India's only international standard theme park, Imagica.
Okay. Okay. Speaking about 2018, can you tell us how was the last year for Imagica and how was the footfalls that you recorded in the last year?
So year on year, Imagica as a destination, we've been growing, both in terms of our offering as well as in terms of business and footfall. So in the last year, in fact, we had multiple new attractions being launched. We had in fact three. One was Chota Bheem's ride, which was a partnership with Green Gold, of course, which owns the license for Chota Bheem. The second was an attraction called House of Stars. It's a Madame Tussauds like attraction, in which direct licensing was done with all the biggest production houses in India, all the Bollywood filmmakers, and an interactive, immersive Bollywood relive your favorite Bollywood memory kind of a zone was created. And the third was an attraction called Illusion, which is more about augmented reality and getting tricked by what you see. So these three new attractions were introduced in the last year. So what has been encouraging is that every time we are introducing new attractions like these, we get good response directly in terms of feedback qualitatively, as well as the response for the market, and also in terms of the footfall, because essentially for a theme park, repeat value is very important. We get almost 25% of our business annually from people who visited in the past. So repeat visitation is quite a high contribution for us. Over the previous year, FY18 to FY19, in terms of footfall, we would have grown by about 7-8%, and a similar amount in terms of revenue also. The good and encouraging thing is, like I said, as soon as we introduce new elements like House of Stars, we introduced in May. Chota Bheem we introduced towards the end of May or early June, and Illusion we introduced closer to September. So as and when we've introduced new concepts, we've gotten either people back or new set of audiences who become attracted to that particular attraction. So for example, our offering in Bollywood was, before House of Stars, it was just one ride, which is Mr. India. It's the most iconic Indian Bollywood movie, and there's a complete ride and attraction around it. But House of Stars at least helped us in increasing that portfolio. For any Bollywood lover, it'll become the first go-to place when he comes to visit Imagica.
And you also recently tied up with Shemaroo's Yeda's brand for the Bollywood merchandise.
Yes.
So can you tell us how it has been?
So what we've done with Yeda's and Shemaroo is that, of course, there are plans to do a lot of things, but we thought that at least we can start with the introduction of their merchandise at Imagica. Rightly, we introduced it in the House of Stars retail area as well as all our other main retail stores. So retail in totality is quite a decent business for us. Being a single location also contributes about 8% of our entire business, which is close to about 20 crores annually. And merchandise which is quirky, merchandise which is themed, does very well for us. So
do you plan to go ahead with this retail merchandising business and exploring more on this front?
So as far as most of our retail is concerned, it has all been in-house. Till now, it has all been in-house products. But there are certain products like example toys or educational products, which we don't want to get into ourselves. Then we've also tied up with others. Example, Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels, we've tied up to do two things. One is the merchandise sale, of course, which is of the Hot Wheels toys, which is an iconic retail product in itself. Also, we've branded two of our rides, which are Nitro, the roller coaster, and the driving school, which is like a kids ride. Both of these have been branded with Hot Wheels. So it's been integrated. Hot Wheels as a brand has been integrated with both these rides. Everywhere we talk about these rides, we talk about it with the Hot Wheels.
And anything new that you're doing this year in terms of licensing with any particular brand or introducing anything?
So at the park, we are open now to explore much more. So like I said, we started in the first 3 years, we were unsure of how receptive people would be of our own brand. So we now know that when people are coming, they want choices, right? So choices fuel demand, and they've been receptive of our own in-house brand. So we are also now open to introduce other brands, like we've done for Hot Wheels, like we've done for Yedas, like we've done for Chota Beam. Chota Beam merchandise also sells at the park, and very well, because there's a complete ride around it. And as soon as you exit the ride, then you enter the retail store, which is a standalone Chota Beam retail store. And apart from that, it's there in other points of sale also. So since these are getting us additional business and additional revenue, then we'll definitely look forward to having other brands also be part of Imagica. We'll explore that. But from our licensing point of view, our objective is to take our characters and our merchandise out. So we have taken first steps related to that in the last year. We've tied up with Cello. We've tied up with Have More and with an educational company called Neltas. So, sorry.
Yeah, so you were continuing this agreements this year as well?
Yes, yes. With Have More, Cello, and Neltas, all three, we'll be continuing this. And we are exploring other categories also right now. These are very limited categories. Cello is into back to school, lunch boxes, plastic bottles, etc. So it's a good category to be in. But education wise, there are multiple other categories that we want to explore. Bags can be there, footwear can be there, stationery can be there. A lot of these categories are there which we've not explored yet, and we want to explore. We are continuing to explore in this year.
And last year there was news tying up with River Bay Resort for
Correct.
the theme park in Amravati.
Yeah.
So what's the update about it?
So the nature of that project is that it's a public-private partnership. It's being set up in Amravati, the new capital city of Andhra, which is being developed with very fast pace right now. And the objective of the government is also to build in a tourist hub and an attraction over there. And that is why the whole project of River Bay and Aqua Magica came up. The reason being that one, tourism, and two, local catchment is very strong. There are educational institutions around Amravati. It's very close to Hyderabad and Sikandrabad also. So the potential for that location is quite high. Now, the kind of agreement that we've inked with River Bay is that it will be a brand name of Imagica. It will be supported with so we will be more like operating partners or consultants as well as brand partners. So it will be non-owned kind of an agreement wherein the capital expenditure will be done by River Bay in setting up that project. And we will support in terms of our project knowledge, our ride knowledge, because setting up a theme park is all about, you know, what kind of ride mixes you want to bring in, what kind of expenses you want to do on that, and of course then how you position and market that theme park. Or this will be an amusement plus a water park, so there will be maximum elements of water rides there and some elements of amusement like a roller coaster as well. So the stage which it is at is that it's in the design and construction phase. So it will take about up to since when it started in last December, it will take about a year. So close to September to December is when we think that the launch of that project can happen.
Okay. And apart from Amravati, are you looking at opening anything?
Yeah, so we keep getting interest from a lot of different states. So sometimes state tourism boards approach us because at the end of the day, everyone wants to drive tourism, and a theme park is a great attraction for any of them. and the kind of name that Imagica has built for itself, it's a national tourism destination. So we've been approached by all different state governments, some even the latest project in Gujarat, the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue, to put up park there. So all of these are at exploratory stages, because the kind of capital that any project requires is quite large. So it requires number of phases of discussions with the governments, because at the end of the day, the land is going to be of the governments. And also, we are not looking at fresh investment in these projects. So typically, we will look at a investor partner for something like this, like River Bay has done for Amravati. We'll be looking at similar ones for the other projects also.
And speaking about the Imagica in Lonavala, apart from Mumbai and Pune, what are the other catchment areas that you are looking at?
So Imagica currently gets maximum number of people from Mumbai and Pune. That's about 2/3, 67% odd people come from Mumbai and Pune. But one market which is very promising for us is Gujarat. So Gujarat gets about 20% of our business comes from Gujarat. Also because of location being closer, and because of the kind of population and the kind of demographic that Gujarati families are, they like to go out and spend. So the closest avenue for them is Imagica. So other than this, though, we are seeing increasing numbers year on year. Typically in two periods, the summer vacations and the festive periods of Diwali, from Delhi, from Indore, which is another city which is closer to us, Jaipur, Bangalore, as well as Hyderabad. So these 5-6 cities, they cater for the rest of India. Whatever business that we get from is contributed by these cities in large numbers.
And can you tell us about what are your marketing campaigns that you will be running this
Sure.
year, especially for the month?
Yeah, so for right now is our most high decibel kind of a campaign, which is around Guru Bazi. It's across all 360 degree campaign. So in monsoon is a very it's a potential for us, because typically a lot of people associate monsoon with Imagica being not available, which is not true actually. It's like a perception that we've been trying to break, that Imagica is open all 365 days throughout the year, and all the rides, even all the roller coasters work and are operational, and you can enjoy them in the monsoon also. Apart from that, all the close to 50% of our rides and attractions are indoor. So it does not matter if it's raining or snowing or whatever outside. So all of them are theme based, and that is actually the unique proposition of Imagica. The theme park is because of the unique IP based shows that are there. So this has been our constant endeavor, that we want to communicate that the park is open all throughout the year. Apart from that, we see that a large number of people go to the Lonavala, Mahabaleshwar. All these places become very high intent things to do kind of activities. So therefore, our campaign will also be around how one can experience what one is experiencing at Lonavala and benefit from visiting Imagica, because practically we are just 30 minutes away from Lonavala. So if you plan to stay a weekend over there, then Imagica becomes a very feasible thing for anyone to do.
And anything that you are doing in the licensing and the merchandising space that you might have missed out?
We have more and all these kinds of tie-ups with Nailtas. These are more for promotional benefits that we've utilized, and all other licensed products in India or elsewhere also, you would see that rely very heavily on animation content or television. However, we are not in that space right now. We are purely physical, right? So we have to do a lot more in terms of presence of our characters in whatever format as possible. So we do, apart from our own parade that we do inside Imagica every day, We do meet and greets inside the hotel as well as the park. But we have been trying to take the characters outside the park. So last year in November, we did a very big activity at Hiranandani Thane, which was we replicated our entire parade in Hiranandani Thane. So for one day, the entire parade was at Hiranandani Thane, and close to about 50,000 people turned up to see the entire. It was Diwali, so it was their first day when they light up the entire area. So it was a Times activity that we did. So it got great response. So we are looking at BTL and mall activations and activities such as this, which will get our characters more popularity through such means. Other than that, brands like Havemore, all other alliance brands that we have, we are trying to utilize to cross promote our characters, right? Because as much visibility as our characters get, the stronger the license of the brand becomes. So that is what we are trying to do with promotional tie-ups.
So tell me something. A lot of brands are doing this 1 day, 2 day activities or pop-ups in malls and public.
Yes.
So how really effective are these activities for a brand?
Yeah, yes. So obviously the one thing that one would assume that these are very short sustainability, that you will see a spike of interest and then nothing. But yes, you have to keep regular engaged level of activities. For example, we don't, like when we did this Hiranandani Thane, we don't want to make this a one time only activity. We want to do this an annual activity, probably even twice in the year, and do smaller scale activities which are sustaining the whole interest. So activities like Toonicon, Crazy Kids Carnival, or any such activities which happen which involve kids, usually we want to participate because it gets our characters in front.